and gentlemen, we have K.O. Baba John. Come on, celebrate. Come on, keep clapping. Come on, thumbs up. Put your hands together. Okay, so we have Mr. K.O. in the building, the youngest man with the white beard. How you doing, sir? It's a pleasure to have you, sir. Thank you for coming through for us. We are excited that you're here today, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, let's start with your name, K.O. Baba. You know, I did a little research about you, and I found out first of all that your name is not K.O. Baba, you're even Johnson. And I tried to wonder where the K.O. is coming from. You know, it's not part of the initial, so give us that background. Where is K.O. coming from?
For now,
yeah,
K.O. stands for kind one.
Okay, the kind one.
But not the origin. Okay, my name is Kuku.
Okay.
So when we were growing up, I had this friend. We were answering the same name. So both of us, we started calling ourselves K.O.
Okay.
Because the IBs that we have, the B2 and the people that we had were also answering IB.
Okay.
And we also wanted to feel among we had to start answering K.O. But I noticed after a short period, others started calling us K.O. So when I started doing comedy, I was answering MC K.O. Then in those days, everybody who is a comedian will add MC to their name. Maybe you add MC to your name, you'll be comedian.
Yeah.
If your name is Mike, I thought you just say MC Mike. So I started answering MCQ.
Okay.
One day I went for a book launch, and I remember I got to the venue, I told the usher, please tell them that the MC is around. They say, oh. I said MCQ. He said, is it national? I said, is it MCQ, Baba? I said, yes, Q, Baba. So I started answering MCQ, Baba. Then with time, I said, MC is too late for this business.
Yeah.
We had like, I don't want to call names, but I know that we had like 20 to 30 MCDs, that's in Port Harcourt.
Yeah.
I now moved the MC.
Okay.
And allowed them to be Q, Baba.
Okay.
I know that with time I will move the Q and just answer Baba.
All right, thank you, sir, for coming. So you heard Mr. K.O. Now, of course, we've got to know the name that you don't know K.O. about. That K again, Coco. Yeah, that's Mr. K.O. Coco. All right, so we are having this big event, first of all, coming up for you, and you're one person who, over the years, set to set the pace in the comedy industry, and you've done quite a lot. Let's have your story from where you began as a comedian.
I say it's a lot. Maybe Asakwe will confirm when she comes. For those of them, for those persons who are musicians, I think they grew with that dream. Ask her, she will tell you from 12 years I was already singing. I wanted to be a musician.
Yeah.
Ask if my friend Mercy comes, you can ask. She will say the same thing.
Yeah.
But for some of us, most of us, I can say who are comedians, we didn't know we end up this useless. Yeah. We didn't know. We were thinking that we are useful until we stumbled into this path. I had dreams. I want to be an economist. I want to be a this and that. Comedy was not part of it.
Okay.
So I used to work in a radio stage in a shipping company. I was a radio boy. So I know I read a lot. So I know I started reading when we had issues in the company. At the point I noticed I started doing motivation.
Okay.
So as I was doing motivational speaking, some persons believe because you can speak, you can MC.
Yeah.
I started MC. And prior to this time, I had this contact to the owner of Omanu. I saw him MC, he was making people laugh. So when I started MC, in between I was cracking jokes. Yeah. And people would meet and say, man, very funny comedian. I said, no, I'm not a comedian, I'm an MC. But it didn't stop there. Even as someone who was doing motivation, and they used to borrow me for MC. Okay. I noticed that I was very spontaneous when I was with the microphone. I discovered I started creating jokes, not just cracking jokes. Yeah. And I discovered that with time, the MC job was giving me money more than the motivation. And I said this to myself consciously. I said, what if these comedians will do the things I'll be? Yeah, and I get look, and I make people laugh. This was in the late 90s.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it was in the late 90s. I said, what if I start doing this comedy?
Okay.
I was struggling with myself for like 1 or 2 years. That's the advantage that I have, because before I came in and said I am a comedian, I already had jokes that the experience and over time has given to me. One day. I said, let me do comedy. So when I started to do comedy, I say, if you call me, I had churches, I had youth groups, full gospel businessmen, I go teach, I had companies. So when I started doing comedy, when they call me, I said, no, I need to do motivational speaking. They say, how? What do you do? I say, I'm a comedian now. And some people will be like,
why the switch?
Why the switch? Some people will be shocked. Like, from somebody who was teaching to somebody who is now making people laugh. But I know that I was so determined. I said, if I want to do this comedy, I want to be very big. I want to make money in it. I want to not just, I'm not interested in making a name, but I want to make an impact. Yes, so my journey was not planned. Her journey, you will find out, was planned. From 12 years, she was already singing.
So nice Asa.
Asa will tell you most of them. For those of us who are comedians, we miraculously find ourselves on this
Wow. So at that point, basically, when you move from being a motivational speaker to a comedian, now I think I still hear you these days. You still do some motivation. See some of your posts, and you just gather out and then do some motivation for us. Now, is there a way you can now blend the both of them together without letting the other one now suffer?
Yes, a few years ago I started doing motivational speaking again.
Okay.
The good thing is when I was doing it years ago, they were paying me 5,000. So
that's increased.
Yes, 2 years ago when because there's a difference between when you're motivating people because they know you're a motivational speaker. And there's a difference between when people see you that you are outstanding in your field and they want to hear you talk. Of recent, when I stand before people I want to talk, observe me when I teach most times. I have enough stories to tell from my experience. I don't tell stories. I've even cut down on how I tell people about Big Gate, I tell people about Dangote. I want to sound real. My book is coming out. The title of the book is Make Your Growth Happen.
Awesome.
In that book, Make Your Growth Happen, 80% of the illustrations on that book, illustrations in that book, 80% of the illustrations are my story.
Awesome.
Yes, so somehow at this point, when I took comedy to a level, at that point, everybody knew it. Everybody know now that he's a comedian. So if you hear me motivate you, first thing first, I'll achieve my aim. He's a comedian that you feel, you assume that is successful, that is trying to encourage you to succeed. And the difference with it now is, at this level I charge 6 figures. Yes, because nobody years ago people pay me 350, 500 to come and motivate.
That's right.
So fast forward to today, I still get much more pay as a motivational speaker. I've started, but I'm not a motivational speaker.
Oh, can I just see your title?
No, you can't. I just jump in and do it and go back to my comedy.
So comedy is the in thing now for you?
The in thing now for me is not just...
Sorry about that. Let's try again.
So I'm still going to swap.
Until we get it right.
I see my voice is a key mic.
Can I get another mic, please? So, okay.
So the in thing now for me is not just comedy. The in thing now for me is comedy and consultancy. Because I've opened a PR and marketing company. That's what I've done for myself. Like I consult for brands. I help promote their product or their project. I help them increase sales. That's for me. And I always pray that should stay like a side hustle.
A side hustle?
Yes, that should push
comedy.
Because when the money comes in there, it comes in bigger. Yes, when the money comes in there. So the in now for me is comedy and consultancy. And my area of consultancy is PR and marketing.
Now I'm trying to understand how this works for you. Now as a comedian, lots of persons might want to say this guy is not a serious person. That joke and play, and I just know what that is all about. Then
then you're consulting for brands, you're consulting for companies. They want to hear you help their brand grow. What is that one thing that they've seen in you, or that you say that you actually possess, that will make these companies and brands want to pay to consult for them?
If you follow me very well, even as a comedian, everybody knows that I sometimes think I look too straight.
Yeah.
Some people think I look too straight. I know my core, I know my area of core competence. That's what's called in strategic management.
Yes, sir.
That's what's called core competence. And like for instance, I don't do skits.
Yeah.
Yes. I also create. There's a series of creating song. It's titled The Executives. It's like a comedy sitcom. Of course, I'll be part of that series, but I'm not a skit person. Yes, so no doubt. It is easy for people to look at me and then you will know that even as somebody who knows how to make people laugh, this guy is a brainy person. I conscious. That's why you see me. I can wake up on Monday and writing a motivational post. On Tuesday, I'm saying something funny. On Wednesday, I will say something funny and something inspiring. I know, understand, because I want to mean different things to different people. To the woman who wants to laugh, I want to be that comedian. To the man who wants to promote his business, who wants to make sales, I want to be the consultant. That's how I've been able to.
That dynamism.
Yeah, that dynamism. It's not easy. It comes with a lot of stress. It comes with a lot of thinking. But first thing first, you must have a less crisis mindset.
That's right. All right. So you've done events in a hall that will contain 3,000 people. 1,000 and less. I think I remember your festival. I saw that in the post that you did in the church festival. I mean that church could hold about 200 persons, and then to an extent you sold it out, right? And then that was the free event. That was the first event. Just basically a free event. Now you move from free events to paid events. Now when you switched from, have you ever done a free event? Of course.
Yes, everybody. You have to.
Yes. So how did you switch from the free event to the paid event? And then some of the tickets are quite mouth-watering. So what gives you the morale to say, let's put this figure on this ticket?
Okay, I'm talking to a lot of persons, not just the people here, because people are watching from the other side of the world, and witches and wizards too.
They also watching.
So that they can learn things to improve their witchcraft as well. So in this business, when we start this business, we start from free. So when you keep growing, you move from free to freeway, and then from freeway, you move to fee. It's like that. When I talk about fee means performance fee, it means gate fee, it means a lot of things about fee. A lot, yeah. So my first gig I did was I titled it Lab Gospel also. That was my first gig. Royal Castle was the place. So I did VIP 500, regular free. That was my first gig. Yes. And miraculously, I had few persons who paid for the VIP just to support me. 500 is nothing. I still remember, boy, I want to personally give him a seat on the table. He's a bias, and now I want to send a seat on the table because he was the first person who bought my ticket for 500 naira. Wow. I remember his name very well. It's so clear. And after I did that, I took a break and I did like 3-4 events that were absolutely free, no fee attached to them. I did something at Lorraine Assembly. And at the point now, I moved to Landmark Hotel. I did something, 1K was the fee. And it's not a big space, like 100 persons, and we had that good turnout. But the difference I noticed, every other thing I was doing free till that time, I was owing debt. So when I did that one, even if I didn't make much profit, I made money to clear debt. And I had, and it came with peace of mind. I now said to myself, I would try to put small gate fee so that gate fee fit me. And I started from that point. So this is it. When you start your career, it is always advisable that you do several things for free. Yes. But you're doing that in exchange for visibility. You're doing that because you want more people to see you, more people to know what you do. You are doing that because you want to prove your competence.
That's right.
To companies, to individuals, to if you're doing things for free and you are not achieving that, you still need to recheck yourself.
Okay.
Maybe I'm doing free at the wrong locations as point. Now, also be very sensitive. That's why a lot of artists, I keep saying this without offending anybody. The reason why a lot of our entertainers are broke is because sometimes if you stay in that free zone for too much, if you stay in that free zone, you will never experience financial freedom. Like, you've been doing things for free and people are already calling you. Hey, are you the person that perform at so place? Ah, that was awesome. We're having this. We want you. Your answer at that point is not supposed to be okay.
Yeah.
And they come. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You need to grow to that consciousness that because I've done something and somebody has noticed me, those are the first set of people you start.
Okay.
So push them to free will. Say, okay, sir, what's the plan? What do you have for me if I come? Let them mention something.
Okay.
If they say, no, just come, please turn it down. Let them mention something. But because you are somebody who used to do free, anything they mention is good.
Yeah.
At that point, take it. If you have gone to several places that people call you, say, what do you have for me? They mention.
Okay.
You now have to understand that I've stayed in this free will zone.
For a long time.
And if I don't have the willpower to start asking for a fee, you will still not get financial freedom.
That's right.
And when you stay at that zone, you need to come. I remember I started my first paid event. I celebrated a lot of things in my career. So my first paid event was 3,000 naira, a wedding at Air Force Base. The guy who gave me the plug, his name is Sika Christopher. Remember the guy very well.
Sika is busted.
Yes, I'm still looking for him to give him the 3,000 naira back. But they called me, I said 10,000, they priced, I said 7, they started from 1,000 then.
Wow.
Then.
Wow.
And that 10,000 was big, man.
Wow.
Yes, because at the job I resigned from then, they were able to pay me, was it not 8 or 10,000 was my salary. So imagine I was going for something, they wanted to pay me 3,000.
One day.
It worked out. I went, and from that event, I had like 3-4 persons who called me. And I moved straight. That was my last 3,000. I know that. From the next event I had, I was doing within 10, 5, 10, 5.
Yeah.
And then I went to 10, 20, 10, 20, 25, 20, 50.
Wow.
And then went to 100, 150. And then 200, 250, 350. Then we moved to 500, 700. And now we're doing 500. You understand? So it becomes, it must be intentional, it must be deliberate. The will to grow, the will to get better, the will to ask for much more needs to come in. So you come to my event in those days, the gate fee would be 1,000. Later I started doing 2,000. Later I started doing, my table was 50,000. Okay. Although my first table was 100,000. I know the person who bought, the first person who bought my table, Mr. Frank Eke, paid 80,000 for the table, I remember very well. And then the second person who bought my table was Dickie to go and Pastor Rufus. Yes, I remember how much he paid too for the table. From the 80,000, now my next show, the table is 2 million.
I think I saw that.
Yes, the table is 2 million. I know some of you are seeing me as wicked, only as I understand. Because as I say 2 million, I just laugh. See, my own 5 million. Yes, please say amen for her.
Amen.
But the rest of it now, I don't need to look at say very wicked boy. Yeah, but you will not understand. But now, before I got to the point where I can put the table and say 2 million and find 3, 4, 5 persons to pay for it, it was through a process.
That's right.
I built credibility, visibility, popularity, connectivity. Like I've met some persons. It always has to be a process. You don't jump it. If you jump up, you will come down. If you grow up, you will stay up. Like you're watching this, that we need to understand. So my concern for my colleagues, my concern for entertainers in my city, for concern for people working in my industry is this. Why do you think that when you mention your price, your fee, people snub you and say bad things against you? And say, see this boy, don't they get pride? And then you think that you've lost them. No. You didn't, they are not the kind of persons that you need around you. Prince Emmanuel used to do gigs for 20, 30,000. And then some people called for Prince Emmanuel sometime. And I told them that I can talk to him, but he will do for 1.2 million.
And with your influence, 1.2 million.
Yeah, so when I said I will talk to him, immediately somebody say, this person say he get when you be help now, they give her 100,000. What has changed? The Prince Emmanuel that I gave to that person is not the Prince Emmanuel I'm sending to.
That's right.
There are two. This is a bigger Prince Emmanuel.
Yeah.
This is sharper, stronger, more package and everything. If at this level, this Prince Emmanuel is still available for 100,000, he will either get discouraged, get frustrated, get indebted, or will try to fill application form to work in the police and merge it to finance of the place.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Wow. So let's talk about the sales that you make. You mentioned that your table is for 2 million naira, and a few persons have already bought the table. Now, how are you able to drive the sales? You know, being a comedian and the people
You
are
won't
paying.
get them, buy them. When I did my event, I did one of my breakthrough event was the one I did at Patron. I brought AY was my headliner.
Okay.
Yes, I can't remember the year, but it would be early 2000, maybe 2010 or 20, I can't remember the year. That was like yes, 2013 also. That was like one of my break events because I was just in the second phase of my career and I wanted to get into that third phase.
Yeah.
I don't want to describe the phases, but I wanted to get to that third phase. And I saw I was feeling I've stayed in that second phase for too long. So I remember I was talking to him, trying to check up on him since I'm planning to bring him for the show. And I asked me how ticket sales to go, and I said, because I don't sell some VIP, small regular, but I never sell any table. I just pray when people call for the table. He now smiled and now said, no be so they carry sell table.
Okay.
People they hardly call for table. Now relationship and they use tell table. Find people who get money will like you, tell them to buy table. Now people who buy tables for our events, that's where we break even.
Yeah.
Yes. For instance, EUI is 5,000 persons.
Yeah.
If I sell tickets for 5,000 persons at 5,000 naira, I still won't make profit. Because 5,000 tickets for 5,000 naira is still 25 million.
Okay.
Yes, I still won't make profit. I will be running at loss, as of course. Now, what the table ticket does for us, and God bless the person that started it, is it gets people. You have 10 people. Those 10 people can buy 5,000. There was no table.
That's right.
Those 10 people buy 5,000. How much is that? It's 50,000.
Yeah.
But these 10 people will come and pay for 2 million naira. The difference is you need to take like 300 to 500,000 to make them feel comfortable on the front row and give them that preference seat. Yeah. So what the table does for us is helps us cover the cost, break even. What I mean, I'm not sure you understand what I mean by break even. It means like no loss, no gain. I spent 38 million naira. I definitely made my sales 38 million naira. Maybe help us break even or help us make profit. Yeah. So how I sell the table ticket is because I have an event. If I open my phone, if I get close to one or two persons and we become friends, I consciously build relationship with the intent of making sure that person, I turn that relationship to a prospect, means that I make that person a customer, a client, someone I'm looking at to sell. The next thing I'm telling the person is, please, my event is coming up so and so date. Sometimes too, we do third-party sales. Like she's close to somebody, for instance, that has money, and then I know this person can afford this. The person doesn't have a relationship with me, so I use our relationship. Please beg this your chairman to buy.
Okay.
But that got most people do that one for us.
Why is it like that for us in the city?
I don't want to go there. Most people do that one for us. Only 2-3 persons can make that kind of sacrifice. So what happens actually is that you build this relationship over time.
Yeah.
When you build this relationship, some of them you need to go do things for them for free. Some of them you need to keep chatting. You need to just make yourself just do anything that can make it easy.
Okay. And I serve them as well too to an extent.
I don't want to use serve industry.
Okay.
A lot of people who like you will patronize you. I have people, if you like, call Kevin Hart for them, for their show. They will tell you, say, wake you. No, him and K will do them together.
Okay.
Because the way they like and believe so much, I mean, sometimes they know that they need to make me grow.
Yeah.
And that's why they are doing that.
Yeah.
So, if you're an entertainer, you're watching me now. If you want to sell that table ticket, check the league of people that you have as mentors, role model, clients. Make sure you look at them very well and ask yourself, this set of person, at what rate can they pay for a table?
Okay.
Must stress me. This is the first time I'm doing 2 million.
Yeah.
Of course, this is the first time. Last year was the first time I was doing 1 million.
Okay.
Yes, and last year was the first time. But every time before I do that, I will just ask myself, do I have up to 5% I can pay for this? At least 5. If I answer yes, if I don't answer yes, this year if I did at least 10. I didn't get up to 10 yes from my calculation, but I got more than 5. I said, okay, let me put this. That means this, and this can pay for this. And that's a plus.
Okay.
So build relationship that can pay for your product.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes they don't need it, but because they understand the need to support you.
Yeah. Wow.
You mentioned that the new venue you're using for the new show that is coming up right now on Easter Monday, April 18th precisely. You know that the hall is a 5,000 capacity.
Yeah.
So how do you intend to sell 5,000?
It's just to find 5,000 people that have pity. That's the only thing I need. 5,000 people that can sympathize with me. It's enough. 5,000 people that can sympathize with you and they love comedy. Is enough.
Wow.
Yes. Now it's not as easy as I'm saying.
That's the point.
But people should always know that over time that I don't have any fear in terms of failure.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to fail.
Okay.
That means you can come there and then you see 500 people and I'm giving them the best show. I'm not scared whether we have 500 or 1,000. The goal is do it. Because most times when you attempt it and you don't do it, you're willing to attempt it again. I've done shows. The first time I used Aladimo horn, it was not feel. Yes, the first time I used Aladimo horn, it was not feel. The second time I used it, it was feel. How small is Aladimo horn? If they dash me now, I know what it take. Yes, they give me now, I know it take to show. But the first time was not feel. The second time was feel. So I see it from that way. Do not say, if I don't succeed, people will laugh me.
Yeah.
That's the reason why most of us are not doing what we should do. Because you don't want people to laugh you. And the point is, most times, when people don't mock you, God won't make you.
Let's say that again, sir.
When people don't mock you, God won't make you. So sometimes, now the laugh way person, they laugh you, I mean God will look down from heaven and will help you. It worked for me. Yes, I did an event in one home. I don't want to mention it. Up till last year, we not settled. This thing happened in 2013 or 2014. It was the next event after that event I did with AY. So I was owing 50,000. Because I was owing 50,000, they refused to. Okay, I paid. It was many hundred or 50. They refused to on jet. We were begging. By the rest of our colleague Tatafo came. He had some money, he said it was their men's fellowship money. Anthony Douglas came and praised. There are like 4, 5, 6 of my friends, and they put money together. My brother Chris brought for the 100,000 complete. I mean, there's small people don't buy ticket. Sadly, some people have left. We paid. They opened the hall on the chair. I was so pained. I was begging there. See, the last time I did events here, that I didn't pay. I told you before the event finished. I did it before the event finished. People were buying. I paid for this thing.
Yeah, the profit.
The profit has been completed your balance. But now you people are living like this. I paid. People came in. It was a very successful show in terms of content. Of course. Now what happened was that I stopped using that venue. 2-3 years later, they were begging me to use the venue. That was the last time I used that venue. Everybody here knows the venue I called the name. Because then, it was like the biggest hall in town. The last year, when the manager called me, please, we want to see you, we want you to do this in your hall. I said, no. I can never use it all. Even if people are sponsoring my event, like say take 10 million naira to show, I'm not using it. They say what happened? I said, you guys supposed to be writing what you did to me somewhere. Say on so date. When people was doing that show, what was painful was that particular show was for, I think it was for just pastors. I used to do a comedy show for only pastors.
Oh wow.
See the uniqueness, like only pastors. While I was doing that, I wanted to break into churches. So when I invite pastors and they come with their wife, when I crack joke for them, they will want to invite me for their church, and it was working. So you know what it means when the pastor managed comedy show, they love, they will retire back. I stopped using that whole. I've booked the hall for my friends, my people. But right now, even my crowd self, I can't take them there.
Okay.
Yes, there is Aztec, so I will just move straight to Aztec. Now, number two thing, people should understand that I'm a marketer.
Okay.
I don't do things like every other person. I don't do things like every other person. I have like full-time staffs, about 10 to 12. I have telemarketers. So while we're planning for a show, every day you receive a bulk of SMS, text message, phone calls, people are appealing to you to attend the show.
Yeah.
So if I call 10,000 people appealing to them to attend my show, maybe 1,005 or 2,005 will call. If I have 50 viewers, you will see it. Every radio station must play during the program by the grace of God, not by power, not by might. I do direct marketing when I do event. What I mean by direct marketing is I go to people, I go to pastors, I go to managers, I go to CEOs of companies, please buy my ticket, come with your staff. I do all that. I go to principals, I go to school proprietors, I talk to them, please, your teachers, can I keep a table for them? I'm not a lazy person. I don't intend to live too long, so I just say I use all my strength. I'm being honest, that's how I'm a workaholic. Like I work 7 days a week. I work, even as a comedian, I leave my house every morning before 9, and I go back home another by 9 as well. So selling it for me is not difficult. I will sell it. Now, if I don't sell it, it's not a challenge for me. Just get it done. If you don't, because the pressure that we put on ourselves is the reason why most of us are not taking that big step. Most of us say, if I go pay Aztec now, I'm also against, you never write, you never get families, you don't go pay Aztec. I did over 50 events before I paid Aztec. Yes, so, but if that time don't reach where I want to pay Aztec, I want to say, I will pay this Aztec. You look up and you laugh me. Please, as a creative person, the question should never be, what if they mock me? That should not be the question. The question should be, do I have the resources to do this?
And you've got to answer that question for yourself.
Yes.
Now, just because of time, now let's go straight to this. You recently graduated from the Rivers University, you know, and lots of persons don't even know that you were a student, you know, prior to that time. But so, and you mentioned as well that you're workaholic. You know, you go out in the morning, come back at night. How were you able to manage schooling and the hustle together?
Now, the school was easy because it was a part-time. The only difference was, instead of 4 years, it was a 5 years course. Yes, that's different. And when you get your textbook, you can read very well. And you do just one course per day. That will be by time. So it becomes very easy for you. Not like a full-time, regular something. But in that case, you need a lot of commitment. Because I remember year 2, I stopped. I said, no, the head with the think joke, the head with the think idea, the head with the consult for people. I see the carry. But I did a degree in marketing. Why? Because if I will ever do a master's in business communication or brand development, I must get a degree. And if I don't get a degree and get a master's, I will be a PhD. And then I say I want to consult for people in PR and marketing, there will always be a question mark. That's what was driving me.
So prior to all of the times you were consulting, there was never a degree for you?
Yes, there was never a degree.
So all of the experiences were basically from your own experience?
I'm a self-taught person.
Okay.
I'm a self-taught person. And the way the world is, you learn a lot from the street. For instance, you operate, you don't need to go get a degree in theater art. we know how to produce a show.
Yeah.
What has happened is that social media, our friends' network and everything can simply share tips and ideas, can simply bring you the expertise that you need and get it done.
Yeah.
So let me say that's what I was working on.
Okay.
But I got to a point I said, I want to open a company.
Yeah.
And what I want my company to do is PRO and marketing. So if I want that company to be big, if I want that company to attract the best talent, if I want that company to provide the best solution, I also need to go through a particular process, which is cool.
All right, thank you so much, sir. So before we let Mr. Kobawa leave the stage, we're going to take a question or two from the audience. So if you have a question, I want to ask him directly about his experiences and how you can skate through as an entertainer. This is your moment.